Hey everyone, New 12 here, and welcome back to my reactions to Fate Zero. This time it's the caster fighting episode, episodes that is, and quite actually a lot happened. Surprisingly, with this fight, a lot more happened than last time when we had like 2 episodes of fighting. And I'll just start with the fucking biggest issue I had. And it's not even the fact that Saber had her hand cursed or whatever. That's like what? That's fine. The fact that you have to break the spear as well, really fucking dumb. He can't just wave it over and say, spell gone, curse gone. No, he has to break his fucking spear. And not only that, but it's the fact that she started bitching about that that's the only way we can stop Caster. Yet she's fucking bitching about it. Really? You were crying. Oh, wah, wah, wah. We have to stop Caster now. We have to stop Caster now. Well, now that we have to stop Caster now, you're gonna fucking complain about you have to alleviate this curse or whatever so we can stop him? What the fuck? That's ridiculous. I have no idea why the fuck that's now an issue. Before, it's we have to stop him no matter what. We have to stop him right now. We have to stop him. He could be killing people. When he's literally about to just start annihilating whole cities, it's, oh, well, we could probably stop him, just, even though we can't actually do anything against him, I don't want to break chivalry or whatever. Fuck, shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch. God damn. Fucking Saber, really? Now you're gonna draw the fucking line when you were just complaining about how we had to kill Lancer first, and we can't talk about that. We have to stop Caster. But now that we have to stop Caster, it's, well, let's fucking calm down. We don't actually have to stop him that bad. Get the fuck out of here. Ridiculous. We're fucking ridiculous. Absolutely insane. Makes no sense whatsoever why she'd do that at all. I'm completely baffled about why she's now perfectly okay with saying all of these people can fucking die. And I want to have this curse because I got it rightfully. Shut the fuck up. God damn it. Ridiculous. Tokiomi fighting Karya. It was about as what I anticipated. A fucking one-sided squash. Dude can't fucking handle it. My god. I don't know why he didn't just like blow a hole in his head. I don't know why he like burned him alive and then just kind of watched him. It's not really merciful if you ask me, buddy, but whatever. But him talking about how his daughters would like gladly fight each other, ridiculous. What a fucking shitty person. Fucking god. The worst. He literally just doesn't care about his other daughter. Well, because he doesn't even view her as his daughter anymore. Sakura becomes a Tosaka if she wins. Otherwise, it's just like what the fuck ever. Like, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous how little he cares about her. Unreal. What a shitty father. Because he cares more about tradition than what's right. And even if you wanted to send it to other mage family, there's other mage families that you could send her to. But no, we don't fuck with that. Why would we do that when I can send her to some old dude? And then see Karya really fucked up and be like, yeah, Sakura's probably fine. She's gonna love it. She's gonna love this. Get the hell out of here, buddy. Gil fighting Berserker? Kind of weird. Just kind of flying around for a while. Though it really just feels like he's kind of playing with him. Just letting him get close, then swooping away or whatever. Because he was like legitimately enjoying being chased around. I don't know why. You'd think he'd get like really upset about it, but he was having a fucking good time. Better than some weird tentacle monster, I guess. No one wants to fucking attack that. Him talking about how it's too dirty for him to even like attack. I'd agree with him. That shit's gross. But it is good that Karya would lose hard with Berserker against Tokiomi and Gil. Not that it was a fucking surprise at all. If they're on the ground together, it's over. Like it isn't a competition. Gil will just overwhelm him. And, there ain't nothing he can do about it. Tokiomi overwhelms Karya every single time. Ryder holding on to the giant squid monster or tentacle monster. I wish we could have saw that. I wanted to see what it was doing in the desert, just flopping around. Like that would have been interesting to see, but we didn't even get like a little peek of it. That would have been nice to see. Excalibur going off about fucking time feels good. It feels like something happened for once. Now I'm glad Caster's finally dead. Ryunosuke dead as well. Fucking finally. So glad. Feels so good that both of them are dead. My God. Finally. Less people to focus on. And more so we could focus on the main character. Please, for the love of God. Can we just focus on Kiritsugu for like more than 10 minutes? In the entire show? Like this, it's ridiculous. I want to see what he's doing. I liked him in the characterization in Fate Stay Night. I said, that's cool. I want to see his doing stuff. I don't give a flying fuck about some of these other masters. I don't care about Karya. I don't care about Tokiomi. I don't care about Ryunosuke. I kind of care about Waver, but not as much as I care about Kiritsugu. Like, I just don't care. I don't care about Maya. Fuck her. She can die. When is she dying? Can she die? Lancer's master is fucking dead. The chick, his wife, thirsty for Lancer, she's gonna fucking die at one point, hopefully. But it's like ridiculous. I want to see the important person. Like, this isn't the Kotomine show. It's supposed to be he's the main character in Kiritsugu. That was the whole point. I think it's trying too hard to balance everyone and show everyone, when it should really just pick a main character. They follow him mainly, and then they occasionally go to the other people. I think that would just play out a lot better and flow more smoothly. Because when it tries to balance everyone, a lot of people just lack characterization and depth. Why should I, if I'm discounting Fate Stay Night, why should I care if Kiritsugu wins the fucking Grail? Like, there's no reason. I don't have any real attachment to him. I have more attachment to Waver, and, he's really struggling, and you can tell who the writer and director really wanted to focus on in the story rather than the other people. It really shows who he liked more, given by the amount of characterization screen time some are given, while other main characters, in quotes, that we know are really important, don't really get that because, they're boring. We can talk about them later. Especially in this new ending. Is the ending? Yeah. In the new ending, we see a lot of really touching moments between Kiritsugu and Airi that we don't get in the beginning. What? Why? Why not? These are moments that make you invested in these two people and why they have a connection. Otherwise, do we even know that Kiritsugu likes her? No, he barely talks to her. Like, he talked to her in the first episode, and then they talk maybe 4 or 5 more times, occasionally. Like, you don't see any kind of relationship there, and it really feels like he's just doing a job. He doesn't care about it. And that just necessarily can't be true. But that's the problem with not giving characters, like, time to shine and time to get this depth. That was the fucking point of the 1 hour. Instead of wasting time on a bunch of bullshit that really doesn't matter, like explaining the Grail War, I'm sorry, but that really can just be done in like 5 minutes. We don't need to spend 20, 30 minutes on it. We can just speed that up really fast. Like, come on. Give some characterization, not just people talking. And really wasted talking at that. Because even with like Airi and Kiritsugu talking in their first scene, it was really wasted talking, honestly. Because there was a lot of dead air between them talking and just staring at each other. And it loses any kind of weight of like, oh, I'm going to be the death of you or whatever. And when we don't even know who they are, or why they care about each other, or if they care about each other. All we know about Kiritsugu really is that he wants to fuck Maya. Why? Every instance shows Irie being better, but yet, no, Maya, she's great over here. Ugh, gross. But I think it's just a real flaw in trying to do too much with too many people instead of just sticking with the important people, and kind of the side characters are side characters. That's the whole point. You don't treat your main cast as side characters. Not everyone in the war is a main character. The main character should get the main focus. As much as I love Ren, she's not a main character. She shouldn't have her own episode. Like, what are we doing here? Really? That's like an entire 30 minutes that we could have spent humanizing Kiritsugu. Talking about some other person, like a main character. And as much as I love Ren, it's just a huge problem. When the story lacks time and depth to get into the characters, we can't spend it just wasting time with someone else. Irie was given more depth than Kiritsugu, even though Kiritsugu is supposed to be the more important character. I love my Irie, and I think it's easier to personalize her, I guess, or characterize her, whatever terminology you want to use. But at the same time, this ending is more characterization between the two of them than this entire show has done up until this point. That's ridiculous. They're the main characters. Do better. Do better. It's an easy fix. Well, not really an easy fix. You have to rewrite a lot of stuff, actually, and reorder the show. And that's why I think Fate Stay Night did a little better job, because you're just focused on your main character. And the other side characters come around, even though I wouldn't even say they're all side characters. A lot of them are main characters. They come around and we get that story from them, from how they interact with our main character. I think if they had a more thing like that, a setup like that, it would have been a lot easier to narrate this whole thing. You can have Ryder interact with Kiritsugu more, theoretically speaking, and Ryder talking with Saber, and that kind of opens up that back door to their characterization. Instead of focusing solely on them, because I know the director wants to, obviously. I think if they did it that way, and just had him like kind of hanging around a little bit more, talking more, not posing a threat, so Kiritsugu doesn't really care about him right now because they don't pose a threat. I think if they went at that route, it would have been much better. But no, we have to deal with this really scattershot development. And we just have to hope that when more people die, the main characters get more of a focus. Because we've gotten a lot of characterization on Kotomine, which really doesn't really matter because we already know what Kotomine's drives and motives are from Fate Stay Night. It's like, whatever. You don't have to focus as much. We don't have to have him discovering himself, quote unquote, even though he discovered himself when he was a kid and when he married his wife. Or I don't even think he married her. Even if he did, she died. He was happy. Well, he was sad because he didn't kill her. And all that shit. Like, that stuff really points to him understanding what's wrong with him. We don't need to have Gil being like this quote-unquote corrupting force. And we don't need to spend that much time on it when we could spend it on characterizing other people that we haven't talked about. Which is a shame. And just, kind of a flaw of who's writing it, I guess. Because he wants to tell a very specific kind of story. And a prequel doesn't lend itself to that kind of narrative he wants to talk about. Because he wants to talk about just a few characters when those few characters aren't the people that are really important to the story, necessarily. At least Waver is not really that important to the story. In Fate, that is. Sorry, buddy. Them's the breaks. Even Kotomine, he's... Even, like, being a main villain, he's not really that talked about in Fate Stay Night either. Like, he's important, but he really doesn't get much screen time. It's at the very beginning and the very end that he only gets, like, a lot of talking, which is interesting to think about. Anyways, I've been rambling on way longer than usual on this one because there's just a lot of things I wanted to talk about. But I really like the new ending and opening. I really like the new ending, though, because I actually can watch it now and not have to be depressed. I really like the ending. the best ending so far. It's probably the best opening / ending, actually. I really like it. And those are the kinds of scenes I wanted to see in this story, which is sad that I'm getting that through an ending and not the actual plot. Sad to see it, honestly. But thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out Discord if you want to talk more in depth about all this stuff and get more raw, unfiltered opinions. And check out Patreon if you want to see the actual full reactions. All of it's backlogged, so $1 a month. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.